We are coming on the air with breaking news as Hurricane Helene gets closer to making landfall. It's already an extremely dangerous Category 4 hurricane and is expected to bring catastrophic rain and winds when it touches down in Florida's Big Bend region. Helene will be the strongest hurricane to hit the U.S. in over a year. Roughly 800 miles wide and 1,000 miles long, tropical storm force winds extend nearly 350 miles from its center.
I guess we stayed in here too long. It was low and then it just came on.
And there is no cell phone service in much of western North Carolina. Cell phone providers say it will be several days until service can be restored.
Nearly 3 weeks after Hurricane Helene ravaged western North Carolina,
authorities say at least 92 people are still unaccounted for.
All the while, people are dealing with power outages. They don't have running water, internet, and cell service are also out.
The water was so high. I mean, it was higher than this building behind me. Where we were at, it was the roof of a building similar to this had probably 6 inches of mud.
We're not expected to have power for a long time, maybe another couple of months. There are parts of this area that aren't going to get electricity for 6 months is the projected timeline.
The amount of rain that was received up here is unheard of. I mean, it's and it was already big time flooding before the hurricane even arrived up in the mountains. So it's when it came full force, it just washed everything. I mean, trees, mudslides running through houses, and cars were flipped over. Cars were being rushed down the river, tumbling. It's pretty incredible what Mother Nature could do.
It's unreal. I keep saying, this is a dream. I'm going to eventually wake up because this has to be a dream. This is where I'm standing now, trying to wrap my head around it and figure out where to go from here. I have no clue how.
People don't realize that there's a lot of people without power and cell service still and internet. So, bringing that back is going to help the whole community and everyone rebuild faster and get back online faster, get resources out faster. So,
A lot of issues with, water, connectivity, like people can't even communicate.
You see these disasters on the news and feel so disconnected in respect to being able to help and deliver a tangible impact, but understanding the issues with connectivity and knowing the technological capabilities of World Mobile, supported by Starlink, upon receiving a request for help from one of our community members, the opportunity to make a difference was clear. Four suitcases, 4 Portal 180 AirNodes, 4 opportunities to connect the disconnected in North Carolina.
Let's do it.
Been working here in this area my whole life. I was a branch manager with Enterprise Rent a Car up in the mountains here. We're on kind of higher elevation right now, but as we get to lower elevation, you'll see how terrible it is. But it's a complete devastation. Whole towns are just gone. Infrastructure complete gone. I mean, water pipes are filled with mud, blowing out. I've been talking with sheriff's department and fire departments, and every one of them are like, communication sucks right now. Even with Starlink, everything is just kind of spotty, dropping calls a lot. Because I think this is kind of incredible how much we need it. I believe in God, and I think this has all been a transpiring situation of God at work. I immediately saw a need for help, so I threw a little teaser tweet. I was like, it'd be really cool for old Melvin to do something like humanitarian work out here, and now I literally get a phone call a couple days later, and I'm like, oh, this is happening.
One thing I'll never forget upon reaching Asheville for the first time was the dust. You see, 6 inches of mud deposited by the flood eventually dried out, leaving an orange cloud containing all of the material submerged by the waters. Buildings, sewage, bodies. The smell will forever live with me, and only added to the sense of devastation and desperation. Our first stop after Asheville was Swannanoa, one of the places worst hit by Helene and home to the central base of relief operations. Upon arriving, we managed to secure a meeting with the head of Starlink's relief efforts, Mike Coriel, who was incredibly excited by World Mobile's decentralized wireless technology.
We're using Starlink as a backhaul. We're connecting it to our AirNodes, which is like a small cell radio, and then we're propagating the signal about a mile.
Really?
Yes.
Got you. Does it degrade any of the bandwidth or the baud rate, any latency, anything like that? Like, do you lose anything by adding this on? No. Just an amplifier, basically.
The only restrictions is what the backhaul can give us.
So we're very, very interested in being able to expand the signal that we have. Mm-hmm. That makes super obvious sense.
Yeah.
This deployment inside of like our smaller towns and stuff that we've been going to. This is by far the most critical piece and location that you could ever deploy something like this.
Yeah.
100%. There is bar none. What I'd love to do is partner with you guys. We can show you where we have over 1,853 Starlinks that are currently in Western North Carolina right now. And if we had one of these on every third of those, and they could have the network, we could literally have this entire valley fucking rocking.
And so tomorrow we'll be with the Blackhawk the whole day, even some Friday.
Yeah.
We already have sites in mind. Obviously, this could be a site. But if we can plan some couple of sites already for tomorrow, that's something that we should work on together.
I would love to be able to do that.
You could even join us on the chopper and do some operations with us.
Yeah, would love that. I believe in this product 100%. It's what we've always really wanted to be able to do, especially in emergency situations like this. This is absolutely it.
Yeah.
Do you want money?
We don't need money.
Okay. Great. Fucking send it.
Get me some good barbecue, and that's the trade-off.
Yeah. Barbecue?
Yeah. A good brisket.
Yeah.
A good brisket.
So Starlink were on board. The challenge then was testing just how quickly we could deploy AirNodes with Starlink backhaul in a disaster situation. No network planning, limited access to power, and working under the cover of darkness and the police curfew. But time was of the essence in our mission to connect the disconnected.
Hey, you got the feedback.
Yeah, we can go do a range test. You guys want to come with me?
Yep. I don't get paid for it. I don't know how to plan on reward.
Let's go left here on Church, and then we'll loop back. It's -130. It's about to drop.
Okay. And it's in in terms of the positioning of the unit.
Yeah, it makes
like
all the
worst. It's just tipped up in a
against the
window
wall.
next to a wall.
With brick wall, yeah. Brick wall, windows, yeah. And it's kind of got a downward slant. So when you guys have scannable points, this is the extremely technical version. It'll show me everything I need to know about the cell. So then when I walk around, it's showing me green is really good, yellow is still pretty good, red is like, it's not that good, but you can still call and stuff. And then black said, you got nothing, I can't help you.
So our meeting with them is at 11 a.m. there, right? and then we'll discuss which locations we want to go to. We'll like huddle up on a table, we'll go down a list and see what's best.
Well, we got a lot of intel on
We can hit the
locations
sheriff. I just
today.
talked to the sheriff. He called me back and he was like, and he just called me when you guys were walking. And he said we can get there as well anytime.
The successful deployment of cellular services in less than 35 minutes gave the team confidence ahead of the next day, in which we were planning to take AirNodes airborne in a Black Hawk helicopter.
So now we're arriving in Lincoln County Airport. It'll take about 15 minutes to prepare, and we're on our way to the first location, the Yancey County Sheriff's Department, where they're expecting us.
Sir, y'all be safe.
631 on TDT. It's a good start. Clear 2. Cruise clear. Start across right. Positive right on MQ. Start station gauge. What's it look like for an LZ down there, Mark? That's his house. That's his house right there.
Make sure that, yeah, we can. All right, let's go.
I'm taking these smaller ones, or these stay here?
They're missing.
Hey, Mike, it's an interesting.
Christian.
I grew up in Yancey County, lived here my whole life. I've lived in this particular area about 9 years. The lack of power was the biggest thing here. We didn't have much flooding. We was high enough up and everything.
And how did losing cellular connectivity impact you during and after the hurricane?
For me, being away working every day for 18 to 20 whatever hour days and not being able to keep in contact with my wife and kids was one hard thing. It took me, I guess, 3 days to make it to where I could get out and check on my mom and my wife's mom and my dad and grandparents and things like that. You just don't know whatever road's destroyed. So.
Power in that barn, dude. Okay, Chris, we got power here. Yeah, we'll do a quick temp set up here. We just got the installation done in what, 15 minutes? Yeah. Since we got here, 10, 15 minutes? Yeah. All working, Strata working, neg 63. Oh. Yeah. If you put it on a nice like roof, we'll leave it there for now, and then properly set it up. Thank you.
Roger. As soon as we get above that hill right there, I'm going to go ahead and try salvage.
You know, so this guy we just connected, he's one of the sheriffs in town, and they're having a very hard time reaching him, so he can respond. And his wife is at home with the kid without power, without phone, and so he's able to respond a lot better to these calls that are needed. Like today, he got called for pulling cadavers today, and they're having a hard time reaching other people to help gather the truth because they're relying on a lot of radio communication, kind of going back a little bit. So now they can reach him at his home with ease, and so he doesn't have to have a delay of response. And in this situation where like a minute matters.
And probably the whole setup took what, 10, 15 minutes max? Well done to Chris.
Yeah, that was excellent, guys. That was really smooth.
Right over top of those campers. Oh, yeah, closer to those.
After restoring connectivity in Yancey County, it was back to Black Mountain Baptist Church and the meeting with Starlink to demonstrate World Mobile's decentralized wireless solution in practice.
Got it. That makes sense. What was our bandwidth that we were getting down there, and what was our latency and stuff like that? Like, can we ping there and then see what it is here?
Yeah, I mean, you can check speed test.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, you would never get a Wi-Fi signal out here. We would have to have easily put three Starlinks.
That
in.
saves the 3 Starlinks, right?
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like for here, I just love to see how whole punches through here.
Anybody else?
Okay.
Yellow.
Still works.
Yeah.
Still works.
We were like red down here, and then when we came around in here, like right on this spot last night, it was kind of like I'm struggling, but it was like cutting through like all that crazy
red
foliage.
Still works, right?
Yeah,
120,
yeah, it's more than enough to do a call or a text, and to connect.
Got it.
Yeah.
I mean, this is it. As I was explaining, I think this is a really great direct answer for the issue that we saw here, especially is it would have saved us from deploying like 15 or 20 of the mobile minis, which are great. They're a great product and they work really well. But it would have saved us if we would have been able to put it in the mountains and had these here and deployed maybe 3 Starlinks versus like 20 because we put them in certain locations and we just used you guys to be clever of like where should these go. Put up the Starlinks at those locations, the big boys, high bandwidth.
The enterprise ones?
Yeah. And what I want to do is connect this to you with Metacorps. They have a map of every single Starlink that I have out there. And what we can do is I want you guys to be able to say which one that makes the most sense that you can deploy one of these cell towers or multiple cells that we can put in. And then you can say, actually, you don't need to deploy another Starlink, just deploy us. You guys connect in to the Starlink that we have already, and we can go ahead and help get those people out there. They can help get the word out for the eSIMs or the hard SIMs, your choice.
This is running off the eSIM?
Yeah.
With CNN.com?
Yeah.
World Mobile.
Yeah.
That's
fucking awesome.
Thank you very much.
Dude, it's an honor.
Thank you.
Seriously.
I mean, everything that you're doing and when you're back home and with your wife, it's like a lot, right?
Tons. Yeah. Anyway, come on, bring it to the real thing, bro.
Thank you very much.
Awesome. Hey,
you guys are correct.
It was an honor to meet you. Seriously.
Thank you
guys.
so much. Thank you so much.
Following the successful demonstration to Starlink, the team were on a high, but we were quickly brought back down to earth by a visit to Burnsville, an area wiped out by wind and water in the wake of Helene.
I didn't realize the scale of this. Like, I would have come sooner if I had understood like the true scale of this. So like, yeah, the hurricane did a lot of damage in Florida, but it's nothing like this. Like, this is once in a century, probably once in 1,000 years, this amount of water hits this area. Yesterday I volunteered to go with the team that is looking for loved ones, looking for the remains of loved ones that are still missing. The process, right? You have a team of volunteers that come from all over. They go out there, there's a dog, and the dog's going through and marking places, and then we're just like, just manual labor, just pulling pieces of houses and cars and random stuff, and we're pulling it all apart until we find, one of the loved ones that's missing.
All the floodwaters from that road up there came down there. It converged right out there where that truck is, and then just came back this way. So my little house that was sitting on that form there, it just disappeared. There's nothing, not even a piece of the wall, roof, anything. It's as if it just lifted it up and carried it away. We didn't, of course, didn't see it coming, but we're strong people. We're very strong and stubborn and tough. So we're dealing with it, trying to. These people here, Dominic was the first one to come, and I met him, and I had just seen the property. I call him my storm warrior because he was the first one in, the first one asked if he could help, and he's the one that gave me faith and hope and lots of love, and he's my new son. So that's my new son. No cable TV, no internet, nothing up there. We just got power 2 days ago up there, so we were completely cut off. We couldn't get any news of anything. I had no idea this had happened. I was hoping that it wasn't a lot of damage, but I didn't know that everything was destroyed for, I think, 7 or 8 days. It's unreal. I keep saying, this is a dream. I'm gonna eventually wake up because this has to be a dream.
Seeing the destruction in Burnsville and hearing Sherry's story brought the team to tears. Installing an AirNode here and connecting the disconnected was no longer just a mission, it became our purpose.
Right there.
Thinking about it here. Tack it right there and drop it. Have a better idea. Help us.
Yeah, that's
figure it out.
We are outside of Asheville, North Carolina. They already have a Starlink here now. Off this Starlink, we'll be providing backhaul to a radio.
You have connectivity.
Yeah! That's awesome.
How's it feel?
It feels wonderful. I tell you, it feels great. It's night and day. Ever since this, I can call anybody. Anytime my feet have been on the ground here, I've been able to make a phone call and it's been just fine. And it's seamless. It's so easy.
It's incredible. I can't believe it. It's all the smiles that you're bringing on these people. You just see them perk up with like a sense of joy, comes out and it just flows with our mission of together we're unstoppable and connecting the unconnected. It's like a prime example of both meanings.
And the stuff that Starlink and World Mobile, like you guys, like it's it's hard to describe these people, how grateful they are when they're stranded in the mountains. They have no way to talk to anybody. They have no connection to the outside world. There's no cellular anything. And just to give them like the ability to communicate is like huge. It's huge.
Welcome to the new frontier of connectivity.